Hi, good Tuesday morning to you. Great Tuesday morning to you. Jones Harwell here. Tuesdays, my platform is Aspirations. What do you aspire to be? And sometimes within that aspiration, in obtaining it, working towards the goals to get that desired job or dream home, vacation, whatever the object of your desire is, sometimes you have to reinvent some things. They always say don't reinvent the wheel. If it's not broke, don't try to fix it. But sometimes you do have to reinvent. And this year has been the season of reinventing for a lot of people. Could be something very insignificant to something extremely large. A lot of people that were in the hospitality industry have lost their jobs, and a lot of those jobs are not coming back. So they have to learn how to reinvent themselves to move forward. And if they have skills already, secondary, third skills, they may be in a good position, but what happens if you don't? What happens if you've been an expert in just one field and you have nothing else? So I say that because in my travels this morning, as I've been moving about, going about my day, I normally start my day listening to a couple of people. And the first, Victoria Holland from Victoria Elevates. She said something kind of inspiring this morning. Straight truth. She always does. She always gives the straight truth. Sometimes that push that you're looking for, because often people look to people to push them, but sometimes that push has to come from yourself. That was the first tidbit. The second tidbit that came to me this morning, as I was online getting ready to prepare for my day, I haven't been online since last week, was from my good friend Lisa Daughtry. And her comment, straight truth, real talk: never let people mute you. Those kind of go hand in hand. That push yourself, because in pushing your own self, you speak your truth, you show your spirit, and you're not letting people mute you or mute your importance. In Aspirations, and mine was to take some time off, go back to work. I've been in the IT field for more than 30 years. And I'm realizing now that that chapter's over. So what am I doing to reinvent myself? And I have. I actually have. So stay tuned. I'll tell you more about that journey. And it started last week. Brand new career started last week. So I will talk about that more as I move forward. But I realized also last week that I took a step towards that reinvention last year in 2019, when I finally had the chameleon in my hand. That story that I sat on from my teenage years through my 20s, through my 30s, really in my 40s, sat down to take the time to write the story that that character had been screaming at me for a while. In my 50s, to finally complete her story. And in doing so, more stories and more storylines came to me. In doing so, someone stepped out on faith and took a chance on me to help them tell their story. In doing so, another individual came and said, "Can you help me tell my story?" In doing so, now here the referrals come. Here the women are coming. And I get to share with them my truth. I get to share with them my spirit. I get to share with them the resilience of a young girl who held on to a dream and aspired and made it come true. And that is the greatest feeling in the world. Anybody who has known me more than a season, and I talk about seasons, and when I talk about seasons, for me, it's not so much the change of the weather where we're going from fall to winter to spring to summer, that cycle, that rotation. Seasons to me refers to what I saw some years ago that talks about that tree. When you plant that tree, and when you plant the tree in the ground, it has roots. And as it grows, it has branches and it has leaves. That's the season that I talk about. The cycle of people that come in and out of your life. Some are like the leaves, they're only there for the season from spring to fall. It may be for a year, it may be for 2 years, might be for a lifetime. But those lifetime, I call those roots because they're planted. You have branches that are extensions of you that again can be there for a lifetime. They can crack and break. They're not fixable like the roots that are stay tough and stay strong. And I always say that in a season, I try my best to show my truth, my spirit, my courage, my convictions, my aspirations. Sometimes it might be that push that someone needs to go a different direction or to try. Sometimes it might be that person that has come to me is giving me that push or that courage or direction to try. So, what are you aspiring for today? What is it that can push you to push yourself today? What is it about you that you want the world to know and you won't be muted in your testimony, in your walk? New season, new attitude. That's me, chapter 58. Because as a boss, I write for myself, I publish for myself, I publish for other people. I'm a wine consultant. I need to talk about my travel business, which I haven't done yet. I'm now doing podcasts and commercials. I'm going back to those journalistic skills that I loved in high school that propelled me to want to be a journalist. In my daily walk, I educate. don't have a teaching certification, but I have a teaching background in management and leadership to motivate people. What is it that's your passion? What is it that moves you? In my daily life as a mom, I'm teaching my kids all the time life lessons, how to maneuver, how to navigate, skills. We got so many unused skills that we don't brag on. And the brag is good because you should be proud of what you've accomplished. What is it that you are aspiring for? What is it that you aspire to? How can you help somebody today in pushing yourself? You never know. Sorry for the screen fading there for a second, but in pushing yourself, you never know who's watching you. And I learned that over the weekend, that people actually are watching and paying attention. And the greatest compliment came from me just having a simple conversation of my new reinvention of me. Opened up some more doors. Can't be scared to talk about yourself. Can't be scared to not promote yourself. You're going to get some people that not going to care, not going to give you the time of day. But for all those don't cares and no times of days, you're going to get one or two. You'll start to get more that are those gems that's going to stand with you and help you walk your spirit, speak your truth, run into your aspirations and dreams and make them happen. So this weekend, I probably will be coming to you live. Journeys with Jones Harwell is going on the road for a quick road trip. And it's one that I'm taking with my son. One of the last few that are coming up as he's a senior in high school, preparing now his life as a young man once he leaves our house to go to college and pursue his own dreams and make his own family, extending our family, extending that legacy. So this is what I want to leave you with today. The two things that stuck out to me this morning, and I am going to shout these young ladies out again, Victoria Holland and Lisa Daughtry. Push yourself. Never let people meet you. I'm Jones Harwell. Talk to you again soon.